In the instruction manual for the original Luigi's Mansion hides the origin story of the portrait ghosts. After freeing the ghosts, King Boo conjured up a mansion for them to live in, invited the Mario Bros by telling them they can just have the place, trapped Mario in a painting, and laid themselves to rest beneath it shortly before Luigi arrived. The portrait ghosts were one of the best parts of the game, each with their own designs, battles, and stories. So get ready for the best Halloween month of any YouTube channel ever, cause I'm NintenDopeman, and these are the dopest portrait ghosts. Number 23, Sir Weston, an Arctic explorer who despises heat and warmth. Which is cool, since it's commonly thought that ghosts prefer colder temperatures. The chilly climber presumably froze to death and didn't even say hello to the other ghost before scurrying down to the freezer and making it a cryogenics tank. His last placement is explained by his arduous battle. Luigi must melt the ice encasing him, and then struggle against a medium pull that's made worse by a slippery floor and respawning icicles that fall and freeze him. Now I love all the portrait ghosts, and Sir Weston is definitely an interesting one, but someone's gotta be last, and the best part about him is getting to do this once he's gone. Number 22, the Floating Wendys. The dancing couple story is a sad one. Once the local waltz champions, they can no longer compete since their feet don't touch the floor. Still, their deaths at the untimely ages of 30 and 34 didn't stop them from dancing for dancing's sake. Too bad Luigi crashes their party. I mean, they had the next key, but they didn't do nothing. They were just doing their moves. Number 21, Miss Petunia. The runner-up to the Miss Ghost pageant from 6 years ago hasn't had much modeling work lately. Her silhouette appears slim, but pull back the curtain and a literal pig woman in a two-piece greets Luigi with a spit of scalding water. Hey, but you can't blame her though, Luigi. You know, you're creeping up on her like Norman Bates. Perhaps the bathing beauty died at the tender age of 20 because she slipped in one of her beloved piping hot showers. Luigi shakes one up and traps her in the only context in which she could be considered attractive. A painting.
It looks like something a death row convict would make in art therapy.
Number 20, Nana. At age 76, the scarf knitting granny has lived a fuller life than all the other ghosts. But it still wasn't enough. She's still knitting the scarf she never finished in life. It now stretches to 871 feet.
Oh. How could she do that?
Whether she is Neville's or Lydia's mother is unknown, but she does have a known conflict with Petunia. As for Luigi, she says she wants to play with him, but her idea of a game is shooting sewing needles from her eyes, so Luigi has no choice but to shoot back her 3 endless balls of yarn and suck the old bag up. She possesses the key to the twins' room, which makes me wonder, how does she play with them?
Think you're fucking tough, huh? You don't look fucking tough.
I don't think I'm tough, Grandma.
Number 19, Lydia. The mirror-gazing mother is as plain as her full name. Wife of Neville and mother of ghost kids is brushing her hair in front of the mirror in the master bedroom when Luigi busts in and screws up her do with her heart's worst fear, a draft. A little bit of wind is all it takes to disrupt Lydia, but why she stashed away her secret savings to prepare for her long afterlife at the age of 34 is still a mystery. As for where that treasure is hidden, perhaps that's what the hidden room is. Number 18, Neville. The first portrait ghost Luigi finds is the bookish father, who spends his afterlife reading all the books he missed out on when alive. He's reading Paper Mario. Okay, so the entire Paper Mario universe is just a book that exists in the Luigi's Mansion universe, which is just a part of the overall Mario universe? And you can even tell he's trying to bond with his kids, but they're probably just thinking,
His favorite movie is books.
Number 17, Biff Atlas. At first, the bodybuilder seems like an okay dude. He's one of the 5 optional ghosts, he doesn't provoke Luigi, and in addition to muscles, he also loves lilies because they symbolize purity.
Ooh, that's nice.
He's just pumping his iron, minding his business. And then you read his heart and realize why he died at the age of 26. He's a bully who probably underestimated his last opponent.
That's not nice.
His vanity was the death of him once again when Luigi used his punching bags as punching bags. And those furious fists can be as tricky to avoid as the backswing, but the real challenge is fighting against his unsurprisingly strong pull in one go for the gold. Biff Atlas doesn't need to be captured, but you kinda want to just to wipe that smug look off his perfectly chiseled face. Number 16. Uncle Grimly. The uncle of the family tends to keep to himself, which suits the rest of the family just fine.
No one cares at all.
Maybe he's that douchebag racist uncle that always talked politics at Thanksgiving, but the Hermit of Darkness loves nothing more than seclusion in a lightless space with mirrors so he can practice his scary poses without feeling the shame of how bad they are. Seriously, even Luigi isn't scared of this guy. I actually feel kinda bad for him. He seems like such a sad, lonely old man, despite dying at only 45. He is hunted during the blackout sequence, which is one of the best parts of the game. Number 15. Jarvis. The jar collector who loves jars so much that he lives in one. Perhaps that's because he appears to be an octopus, who are regularly depicted as jar dwellers in Japan for some reason. He's the only portrait ghost whose heart holds no message, but that doesn't stop him from speaking in a Scottish dialect. He first challenges Luigi to a whack-a-mole type game with ice. Enraged at losing, however, he telepathically hurls his priceless pottery at Luigi, who must avoid them as he grapples with the weirdo's medium pull. Jarvis is just so random that I can only assume it's a cheeky reference to that movie Ghost. Number 14. Soupy. What was meant to be a short nap seems to have turned into eternal rest, and the dozing girl sadly dies in her sleep at the innocent age of 7. It's unlikely she's a member of the second floor family, because Luigi finds her in the creepy upside-down guest room, where even the big sleep can't erase her biggest nightmare: wetting the bed. So Luigi sprays her with water, gets her all wet, wets the bed with her on it. Damn, there is no good way to say this.
Guys, I think we better stay out of this one.
She awakens along with her clown dolls and has one of the stronger pulls in the game.
That's nice, we're just gonna stay out of this one.
Number 13. Spooky. The original Ghost Mutt of the series was not a cute little puppy, but a vicious bulldog. The hungry guard dog protects the entrance to the cemetery, so it's not keen on letting Luigi pass. As he chases him around the yard, his barking wakes the skeletal ghost of a dead man uncreatively named Mr. Bones. And since this creepy canine will sink its chops into any seemingly edible thing in sight, he cannot resist but lick away at the femur left behind by old Mr. Boner, and here the guard dog drops his guard. He may need to be taken out, but he's still a little num-num-num. Number 12. Slim Bankshot. The lonely pool shark is a legend in the world of competitive billiards, despite having never played a living soul.
What the hell does that mean?
Well, that's as up for grabs as the reason behind the young man's death, but Slim Bankshot is all around cool. Cool name, cool design, cool personality probably, I don't know. And pool is the world's coolest sport. It even rhymes with cool. Number 11. Ulasis. When the shy and timid boos get together, their bodies and attitude get big. This should come as little surprise to those familiar with the larger versions of boos throughout the Mario history, but the Jumbo Ghost is actually composed of 15 separate boos. Whether that 10,000 year age is cumulative is up for debate, but it is in fact Egad's capture of Ulasis that enraged King Boo and drove him to free his comrade along with the other portrait ghosts. He is fought on a balcony like in Big Boo's haunt, and the battle mirrors Jalhalla from the Wind Waker. Pop it like a balloon, and round up the individual ghosts. This gets extraneously hard the fewer boos remain, cause they get faster, aggressive, and evasive. Ulasis remains one of the eeriest boo encounters in a Mario game. Number 10. Shivers. The wandering butler meanders the halls of the mansion with only two things on his mind. One is his master's will, hoping he's included in it. Little does he know that his quarters are adjacent to a hoard of the family fortune. The other is Melody. The love of his afterlife won't even give him the time of day, but Luigi helps him express his burning desire. He finds him pacing outside Melody's room, a candelabra eerily floating back and forth. He must have been speaking metaphorically because he was spooked by the sudden burst of flames, which still isn't as weird as using an unlit candle. Luigi must chase him down the hall, through the laundry, and into his room, where he does this.
Ooh, I'm staying out of this one.
Number 9. The Clockwork Soldiers. The toy platoon is perhaps the second most mysterious portrait ghost in the whole game. Who or what are they? Why do their hearts read such random thoughts? Why do they have legs instead of a ghostly tail? And how the hell can toys die?
I have one question. Why?
If you have to ask, you don't get it.
Luigi finds them in the third floor clockwork room and awakes them after activating the clocks, and they attack in a group with their cork guns. The 3-on-1 fight is one of the hardest in the game, and it's best to save the blue one for last since it's easier to take him out for all the pearls with the others out of the way. After that, Luigi rides the secret dollhouse elevator to the rooftop.
What the hell does that mean?
Overall, the Clockwork Soldiers are top-notch, like that creepy scene from Toy Story. Number 8. Henry and Orville. Being the middle child ain't easy, so good thing the twin brothers have each other. They love to play hide and seek, but since they both hide, the game never ends. That is, until Luigi shows up with clues gathered from their parents' diaries. They once scolded their mother for messing with their mobile, whose car and airplane figurines were the inspiration behind their names. Their respective inventors, Henry Ford and Orville Wright. Their father also notes that they have a weakness to all the elements found in the game, which Luigi takes advantage of in their little game. When they accuse him of cheating, they attack in their toy vehicles. It's best to take out Henry first, as Orville possesses the pearls. How they died at age 5, though, remains unanswered. Number 7. Chauncey. The first area boss ghost Luigi encounters is the spoiled baby, youngest ghost in the game. In fact, before you trip over yourself to rattle out your top 3 dead baby jokes, know that he was born a ghost.
What the hell does that mean?
Is he a miscarriage? An abortion? Because that would be awesome! Chauncey, which is such a baby name that it must be hard to grow into an adult with, is a skilled scarer according to his father. I remember being creeped the fuck out by this little dude when I was a little dude. At first, Luigi sneaks into the nursery and wakes him with his rocking horse, and then blasts him in the face with a ball when attacked by teddy bears. But that just pisses him off. He shrinks Luigi down to miniature size and traps him in his crib. Erratic chromatic music crochets an onslaught of giant balls and horses. Luigi overcomes, and there is nothing like the sound of a baby's silence.
Babies are weird.
Number 6. Madame Clairvoya. The freaky fortune teller was communing with the dead long before she joined them at the age of 52, but now her close connection to the spirit world lets her see nearly 49 days into the future, which doesn't seem like much, but it's 49 days more than any of us.
Who's gonna win a Super Bowl this year? You don't know shit!
With her ability to read fortunes by examining personal belongings, she aids Luigi in his search for Mario. She accurately predicts that Mario is still alive, trapped in the painting, by King Boo, that the Boos will gather together and get stronger, and that Bowser is somehow involved. Now that is a solid track record. With her powers spent, she happily surrenders to Luigi and wishes to return to the sanctuary of her painting, a state she finds peaceful. Madame Clairvoya is the only ghost who allies with Luigi until a certain dog and director, which makes her pretty cute. Number 5. Bogmeyer. The most mysterious and ambiguous ghost in the whole series to date. For real, no one really knows who or what he is.
I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at.
It's abstract, Leslie. Over here, you got some shapes.
The cemetery shadow is said to be the manifestation of the mansion's fear and despair, although these days it doesn't know who to fear or what to despair.
What the hell does that mean?
After taking out the ghosts of other graves, Bogmeyer emerges from the largest headstone with a flash of lightning. He creates multiple clones from his shadow, and Luigi must suck one up into a ball, trap him in the mire, and drain him. Number 4. Melody Pianissima. The beautiful pianist is a dream girl. She's the whole package. Blonde hair, yellow eyes, she plays music, and she plays games. And she'll be 26 forever. In fact, hold up. Okay, so it doesn't say anything about ghosts. Her only flaw is her surly disposition. When Luigi enters the conservatory, he triggers a ghostly rendition of the Mario theme, luring Melody out of hiding. Impressed, she tests his knowledge on other classic Mario tunes. But if he loses, she bangs the keys and orders him out. And even if he wins, she still gives him a nasty paper cut with a tornado of sheet music. But when he vacuums it all up, she can't play. She should have stuck with jazz and trivia. Personally, I could never fight her. But I will fight the butler if he doesn't back off. Number 3. Mr. Lugs. I remember the first time I walked into the dining room and saw the glutton.
That's not art. Well, at least it's not a fat human hamster eating meat.
He who prefers all-you-can-eat buffets to 3 meals a day. He who ate himself to death at the age of 30, but still wasn't satisfied. In death, he continues to shovel food down his fat triple-chinned gullet. At least he harbors some shame, inferred by his desire to gorge himself unseen in darkness. When Luigi lights the candles on the table, he can hide no longer. What kind of prison food he's eating, I have no fucking idea. But as Luigi tries to dispose of it, 2 waiters come by to serve him more. Who the fuck are these guys and why are they enabling this behavior? Well, when they're no longer around to fill his plate, then you see what being hangry really is. He spews fireballs at Luigi until the fat sack of fat runs out of breath. He has one of the strongest pulls in the game, and he's not even required to capture. But who can resist wiping that mustard-stained smug off of Fatty Boombalatti's jiggly old face? Number 2. Vincent Van Gogh. The penultimate portrait ghost is one of the game's greatest twists. It turns out that all the basic baddie ghosts that Luigi battled throughout the whole game were paintings brought to life by the starving artist.
Okay, some professional-ass art right here.
Despite failing to sell a single painting in 30 years, this stubborn man refuses to let his art die. And while he himself might be dead, he can still bring his work to life.
Literally.
The Frenchman is very pissed off at the little green man and lets loose a gallery of every sinister spirit Luigi has fought. 3-on-1. But after seeing his work destroyed once again, he barely even sees a reason to put up a fight. Number 1. King Boo. It was in this obscure GameCube launch title that the supreme leader of all things paranormal in the Mario world made his debut. Before the events of the game, King Boo was a free spirit, but after rescuing ulasis and the others from Egad, decided to exact revenge on the Mario Bros for all the Boos they harmed in their past adventures. The Phantom Ruler possesses dark surreal powers, but never actually faces off with Luigi. Instead, waiting behind an army of various ghosts and confronting the more cowardly Mario Bro with his biggest fear, Bowser. Luigi spent his whole life in his brother's shadow, and now he must step up and fight the Koopa King on his own. What can I say about him that I haven't already said in the video where I want him in Smash? He's my favorite Mario villain. Cunning, creepy, cool, cultured, self-destructively reckless, and also pretty damn funny. King Boo has become to Luigi what Bowser is to Mario. An adversary, a problem, a reason to get up in the morning and step out of Mario's shadow and into an awesome Vigigame series of his own. By the game's end, Luigi saves his brother, keeps the treasure, and helps return Egad's ghosts back to their portraits. And like their lives, this video has come to an end. But like their concept within the series, it shall return.
I think it's really good.